boom, boom, boom. Bang, 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 bang. Boom, 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 boom. How, 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 how. Hey, hey. You gotta come on.
And here is the travel video for St. Libory. As you saw by the maps, we're starting at my house. We're going to have a mileage and we're going to have time. Right now it is 5 to 4. We are coming up my hill. I got a piece of Velcro on the camera. Hopefully it'll stay still. Have to check it once in a while. Seems like this is a long way, but in reality it is not. We're combining the travel video with a meeting for the tables. Looks like the Velcro is wanting to work. As long as I don't get too crazy. Let's see if I can. See if I can get over this. So basically you have come from 255 heading south to Columbia, and then you come down our big 4-lane here. This is the 4-wheel stop for McDonald's and the high school, and of course my house on the corner. So you will pass me. And then we're gonna go get 158. I hate to say it. Nope, I've got it. Thought I forgot my phone again. This is not a trip you want to make without a phone. Just remember that the speed limit along here is 45 miles an hour, and you don't want to get caught in Colombia. You will not experience any of this traffic. That's the last stoplight south of Columbia. We are now coming up to the 158 exit to your right. It's 158 East Belleville. Might want to hang on this side of the road. They haven't fixed this. It's full of winter potholes. Yeah, camera is moving with the bumps. we got an old person in front of us. Heading to Millstock. Okay, you're going to get your first yellow sign here. You see the Freeburg 13 miles. This is Freeburg Douglas Road. There'll be a 2x2 yellow sign with a sign says train show and an arrow, and we'll be pointing to the right, and that puts you on this road. I will lead you all the way there with those yellow signs. You're going to come up to a four-way stop up here, and if you look off to your right, you're going to see another yellow sign, and it will be pointing to keep going straight. So the arrow will be a left-hand arrow, but it will be telling you to go straight, mounted on that stop sign right there. Go through the four-way. another four-way. And again, there'll be a yellow sign on your right with the arrow pointing, go straight through, no turning. And this is one of the roads that comes out of, let me get the arrow here. That comes out of Millstadt. Okay, we're going to Freiburg is where we're going. This is a four-way stop. This is on the map. This goes, we're going to Freiburg. That's where you're trying to get to. On a historic byway. You're in farm country. Up on your left is one of their parks in this area. There used to be a caboose up in there. Unfortunately, I think it burnt up. St. Clair County Foley Park. stop. And again, there will be a sign on the right side, arrow pointing, going straight through. We don't make any turns, we don't make anything, just keep going. Stoplight, and on your map, it will be 159. This is the four-way stop for 159 in Freeburg Douglas Road. Time check is 4:15. And we have gone 14 miles. I told you, it's not that far, but it just seems like it is. Find this along the way of country areas. There's a 45-mile-an-hour speed limit here. This is not Freeburg. This is one of those little towns that they stick out in the middle of nowhere. Now, I do believe that this is a suburb of Freeburg because their school buses will be located on your left. 30 mile an hour speed limit because now you are entering Freeburg. The railroad crossing was the original barrier for Freeburg. It's a rough crossing, so slow down. See? High school will be on your right. Township Center on your left as you go into Freeburg. Coming up, you'll have a stoplight here that you will go through. And then up here you're going to have what appears to be a four-way, which is not so much, but there will be a yellow sign across the street on the street light on the stand, and it will tell you to go to your right, and that's the way you're going to go. You are now on Route 13 on your maps. You're on 13. Okay, you're going to come down here, junction of 15 and 13. We're getting on 15. This is the Moto Mart in Freeburg. Okay, we are now on 15 East. There's your sign. We will be exiting Freeburg. Speed limit is 35, folks. That's the police station there. That's their municipal center. I'm advising 35. Now there's a 40. Now we can go up to 40. And there's their 55. So now you can jump up to 55. in the morning and in the evening, you will want to be cautious because deer run freely here. Coming into another town, so jump down to 35 miles an hour. I just hope my battery, I made a mistake here. I thought it was full. Okay, you're entering the town of Fayetteville, the big 400. And there's going to be a stop sign with another yellow sign. Mascoutah and St. Libory, Nashville. This is the Illinois junction of Route 4. So if you came down 4 from up north, here's 15. This is where you go. There'll be a yellow sign on that pole back there and keep you going straight. Go by the Blue Cat. And now we're going to go over the Kaskaskia River, which is swollen. St. Libory's in 5 miles. Time is 4:30. Mileage 26. Okay, we got somebody gonna make a right turn here, so we gotta slow down. We could pass them. flashing battery light. Might not make it to St. Libory. I might be doing this again. Oh, something just got smashed. Ugh. Need any free dirt? Almost there. Gonna have a turn here. Okay, you're gonna go down to 45 and you're gonna come up to the turn. There will be a large yellow sign. You're making a left into St. Libory, 600 people. That's their ZX. This is, you're on 4 and we're turning on 15. Back on 15. There'll be a yellow sign there, and you'll see the yellow sign, and you'll also see St. Libory Legion. This is where you're going. This big Legion Hall right here. The American Legion. And there she is. Okay? Now, we got here early so we could show you this. Hopefully the battery will keep going here. We're going into St. Libory and I'm going to take you a place. The show's over at 3. You got to eat dinner. You got to eat supper. Well, it's called the Brick House and it's right down at the bottom of this street. And I'll show you where it's at. This is 35 through here. You'll see up on the right will be their giant Catholic cathedral. You're going to make a right turn. You're going to make a right turn because their sign says the Brick House. And it comes down this street right here. And the Brick House is right here. And that's it. So we'll find a place to park, and that's St. Libory travel video. Okay, so the lighting's not the greatest, so I'm going to show you the sign.